A big week ahead for public safety in Indianapolis, potential new curfew rules, and a focus on safety with thousands downtown for the WNBA All-Star Game. Also, we've had 3 weekends in a row with multiple homicides. So Marina Silva in studio for us, breaking down the violence and what city leaders are proposing. Marina?
Well, Jenny, not only is this the 3rd weekend of homicides, but also where juveniles are killed too. Now, just since Friday, we know 4 kids are dead and 4 families have their lives changed forever. From overnight Friday morning until now, Indy recorded 8 shootings. 6 people are now dead from those shootings. After last week's mass shooting, IMPD put a big emphasis on state curfew for minors. Now, one counselor is actually looking at changing those hours and moving them early. Councilor Leibert Robinson is proposing that curfew is 11 p.m. for any kids aged 15 to 17 on Friday or Saturdays and 9 p.m. on Sunday to Thursday. Anyone younger than 15, it's 9 p.m. every day. For anyone under 18, you can't be out earlier than 5 a.m. either. Now, that's expected to be heard in front of the Public Safety Council this week in an effort to help stop the violence we're seeing, especially with our young people.
Marina, thank you. Want to get to the weather now and give you a live look downtown. Another hot and humid day across central Indiana. Yeah, it's been rinse and repeat, it feels like, every single day. We have seen a few showers earlier this afternoon, but most of us have stayed dried. That, however, Rob says, could be changing pretty soon here.
It's about to change. If you're in Indianapolis, put your plans outside on hold, let these storms roll through, and then I think things should improve as we get through the evening. Let me show you the radar because we do have some pretty heavy downpours that are approaching, and you are going to notice the temperatures that are going to drop pretty dramatically. Now, there's the larger view of the radar. Some of you getting in on some heavy rain. These are not severe storms, but the winds may pick up a bit as they move through, and a couple of other things that I may mention here. Some of the storms may produce, at least according to the Weather Service, they've said that some of these storms, especially say from Westfield to Cicero, maybe a landspout could be possible. That's essentially a very weak, almost tornadic-like storm that necessarily isn't a tornado, but has the same kind of dynamics. There's one little line that you see stretched across the city. That is the outflow boundary. That's the cooler air from these storms that have been approaching for the last hour or so. That cooler air reaches the surface and spreads out ahead of it. So once this line moves through, you'll feel the cooler air, and then it helps to induce these storms that will arrive just a little bit after that. So keep that in mind. Most of the storms are farther to the south and west. We're going to watch these. These are going to take some time to move through. I mentioned the storms that are farther to the north. This is where we were watching some of the storms develop. There was one very close to Cicero that had a little bit of a hook signature to it. Again, not expecting severe storms, not expecting any strong tornadoes or anything like that, but couldn't rule out the possibility of a brief little spin up. We will certainly have to watch these. I've been keeping my eye on a lot of the traffic cameras. This is 31 between Carmel and say Westfield, starting to see the rain begin to move through. Also expecting the temperatures to cool down. Look at the 66 in Crawfordsville now that the rain has moved through. Most of you are still into the 80s. I'll be back with a look at when those storms move through and what you can expect for the rest of the evening coming up.
All right, see you in a few minutes, Rob. Thank you. We have an update tonight from Indiana Task Force 1. More team members just got activated to the flood zone in Texas. So an additional 35 first responders will leave tonight or tomorrow. They'll connect with the 49 Hoosier team members already in Texas. This is video of that first deployment last week. Task Force 1 has been helping with search and recovery in Kerr County. Heavy rain is pummeling parts of Texas right now. We'll have an update on that a little bit later in this newscast.